I'm going to teach you how to build presentations that will blow the socks off the people that are in attendance, and that will have them asking you, clawing at you to say, yo, I want to help. I like your energy. I like what you're doing. Let me get involved in your endeavor, please. Now, that's what you want in life, right? Now, to teach you that, we got to have an understanding. Right now, there's a strong chance your presentations are terrible, honestly. 1 to 10, where do you think they are? I would bet you're in the lower than 5s, whether you know it or not. You're with a lot of people, so don't feel bad. A lot of you are there, but you're not achieving the purpose. Now, the goal is what? The goal of your presentation, this is learning point number 1. What is the goal of your presentation? Well, your goal of your presentation might be what you say, like, oh, I want to get funding for this, or I want to make people aware of that, or I want to show our progress in this. Yeah, at the end of the day, that is the goal of the presentation. But at the beginning of the presentation, what is your goal? Your goal is to get them to slide number 2 and want to be there. So the change that we got to make, number 1, is to have a big goal. What are we trying to achieve? And then start planning incremental steps to guide them through the process. Because we can have the best goal with zoop, but if they mentally check out 0 minutes in, you failed. And right now, odds are, if they ain't clawing at your door to get better help you, then you are failing. So slide number 1 is not, in this presentation, I will cover 9 things. And no. You're taking the razzle-dazzle out of the game. You're taking the allure. At that point, after you did that, this is what we're going to cover. If they could hit an eject button and leave the presentation, or if they said, dude, please go to the next one, I'm pumped, which button would they hit? They would hit the eject button. But in corporate America and life, people are too nice. And they're sitting in the meeting, and they're just like, I'm going to turn my brain off and just sit through this, but everybody in this room knows it sucks. So each slide is a win or a loss. So I need you to think that this slide achieves my goal of success if it gets them to the next slide when they want to be there. If they're saying, no, come on, tell me more. Tell me more. That's how we have to think about our presentations. As we go deeper, how the presentation appears on the screen makes a difference. Let me see if I'm right. I'm going to take a guess. All your presentations have a white background and a lot of words. Am I right? They probably have some corporate logos. There's a heading with a sentence or 2. There's a subheading. There's a bunch of words. Maybe there's some graphs and some arrows and some junk in there. How many points are you getting across on your slides? How much work are you giving your people? How easy are you making it? If they could quit, would they? I bet the answers are the bad side of every one of those questions that I asked. So let me break it down. First thing is, let's think about what the background of your slide is. Is your background white? Yes. What should it be? Well, no one's ever told me anything different, Scott. Think about a movie. At the end, when the credits come down and the names and stuff, what color is the background of that? It's black. Why do you think it's black? Well, it's black because it would blow your eyes to smithereens if they went from a movie to just bang, white screen. That's one reason. But the next thing is, where do they want the movie people who are good at telling stories, where do they want your actual focus? They want your focus on the words, the actors' names, the people, the director, all the other support people. That's their time to shine. So they put a black background so that it evaporates in your brain and your eyes go to the letters. So what I want you to do right now is to take your presentation, go into the back of it, and change it from white and give it a dark background. Black, dark blue, whatever the darkest color that's in your corporate portfolio of the slides, whatever it is, give it that background. Now what happened now is you need to change the letters, the words, to white. That's going to change the focus from like, I'm getting blinded by the sea of white to like, boom, what's on the slide? Step 2, look at it. If you were to ask 10 different people and say, what am I trying to accomplish on this slide? You'd get 28 different answers. I need you to Kill all those words. No sentences, no paragraphs, no crazy charts, none of that stuff. I don't want a heading. I don't want a bottom thing. I want focused words. I'm going to draw a number and say 6 or less. I want them to be bigger than you think they should be. I want them to be centered, and I want them to be strategic. Because the goal is what? It's to advance them to the next slide by emphasizing 1 point. 1 point per slide. Each slide has to be designed with strategery involved. My goal, this is coming from you, your goal is to blah, 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 blah on this slide. And I want you to emphasize that with a short amount of words, because the presentation is not a book. It is a canvas to emphasize what's coming out of your mouth, and it's emoting from your body. The canvas is just support. If you were good enough at presenting, you don't need a canvas. You are the canvas. But you can use the canvas of PowerPoint to emphasize. Let's summarize what we've done so far. Black background, white letters. If you want to have 2 colors, white and another color because of corporate colors, that helps you even further emphasize one of the 6 or less words on the slide. Maybe you throw a picture on there. Not cheeky pictures, not funny dog pictures, not cat pictures. Something that looks crisp, has a point, and emphasizes. No memes, no thinking. I want it to pop and engage and compliment you. Now, as you build this presentation out, you're going to have to go through it multiple times. What are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to accomplish? Is the story guiding them along? Presentations will be longer, meaning there's more slides because you're making the points, but it doesn't mean it's harder. Your things right now are making people want to give up. We are guiding them through, building, hooking, telling them the story, talking with emotion, and going through there. Now, there's more to talk about. If you have a chart, show the whole thing once and say, this is the big chart, boom, boom. Here's the thing I want to show you. Go to the next slide, highlight a section, blur the rest out. I'll teach you how to do it. Emphasize there, 1 arrow. You provide the context. You might say 17% better, blah, 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 blah. Here's why, dot. You emphasize. So we can go deeper into this, but I want you to make a giant jump right now. I'm going to build out examples. I'm going to show you, pre and post slides, but you have presentations. You probably got one next week. You probably did one last week. Take either the next one or the past one. Use these rules. Turn the turn the back of the slide dark. Turn the letters white. Kill all the headings and all the other gobbledygook. Ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? 6 or less words on a page. Big letters, bold, emphasize occasionally with crisp, beautiful pictures that support. Do that. As you give the presentation, read the face of the audience. You're going to suck at this initially. It's going to be okay. You already suck. So it's not any worse. All right? So here's what we need to do. Go through there. Try it in low risk environments. Maybe don't learn in front of the CEO. Maybe get your skills right so that when you go into the CEO, he or she goes, dude, I've heard about you. I heard you're the guy that can sling, or the woman that is great at presentations. Like, I love the way you present ideas. You have such a passion for it. That's awesome. You don't have to be, crazy overnight, but you got to start making progress. So take a presentation, make it better. Now, here's what I can do for you double do. If you have a presentation and you want me to take a look at it, I got fingers. I'll type. I'll clean it up a little bit, and I'll put it on there and shoot it back to you. You send it to me, or you get on a call if you can't send a corporate thing, and you say, here's what I do, and you screen share or whatever. I don't care. Like Scott@pmmasterprep.com. We'll do it. Now, just emphasize what I just did with you. I try to make it about you because that's the goal, dude. I want to make you a better project, or I want to make you a better project manager by making you a better communicator, right? Or a better communicator. And then I said, one focus. If you want to be better, you email me. I didn't tell you my name, my email, my phone number, my fax number, my mom's number, my address, my stuff. I didn't give you 90 different options. I gave you one. Email me. I tried to slow down my voice to make it seem more important. It's not a trick. It's what resonates with human beings. If I talk really fast and do this stuff, you'll get excited about it. I can make anything sound exciting by talking fast. If I slow down, it's a pattern interruption. And so it goes zoom. You naturally get drawn to that. And I figured this out, that like when I'm trying to do it, I am in my brain trying to slow myself down to be like, dude, make this point. Get this point across. And I try to slow it down so that my rambly voice doesn't go long and people don't get pushed by them. I try to slow it down. That's what you should do too. You can't go the whole thing like this or they'll probably go to sleep. But you got to emphasize. As I started to go into how to communicate, how to use your hands and all this stuff, how to use charts, blah, 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 I can teach you later. Right now, take a presentation, clean it up, get better, try it, reach out to me. We get better together. Adios, muchachos.